have a bunch cut already. They're cut into nice little triangles, but I've got a bunch more that I just stitched up. So I'm going to take my rotary cutter. My friend, if you do not have a rotary cutter and you are suffering with scissors, stop, please. Save thy sanity. Please don't use scissors. I'm just taking my ruler and putting it on my purple line that still exists, or just right in the center diagonally. And I'm cutting. And magic, ladies and gentlemen. You now have 2 half square triangles out of 2 squares of these. Ta-da! Oops, sorry. Move it up. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so I've cut those 2. I have 50 million more to go. So I'm going to keep cutting them, but I'm not going to bore you. And then we'll head to the ironing board to press them, and we'll talk about pressing. Okay, so now that your quilt blocks are made, you need a way to press them. Now there's 2 different ways you can press quilt blocks, and it's really up to you. Sometimes when you're making a quilt, you'll find that one is a little bit easier than the other. But I just want to show you the 2 ways to do it, and this is a really good example. So this is a half square triangle, and I need to open it up and press it. Now this, you can see it has a light side and a dark side. So the light side, obviously the white, and the dark side. Now just to well, let me show you the first way. So if you flip it over so that it's got this seam here, you can kind of finger press it open, is what I normally start with. Finger press it open right here. And this method, you press, it's called pressing the seam open for obvious reasons. So you can see the white goes to the white side, turquoise goes to the turquoise side. When you flip it over, it's nice and smooth. No problem at all. Now that one takes a little bit more time. What I like to do when I can get away with it is press both sides to one side of the seam. And I'll show you what that means. So if I do it this way, just flip it over and press it to one side. Now, there is a right and a wrong way to do this. So in this case, I'm just going to press, flip it over, and you can see both pieces of my seam went to one side, which is totally fine to do, and it can be a little bit faster. I do want to explain one thing with the light side and the dark side. Always press to the dark side, okay? If I were to have pressed this the other direction towards the white, when that quilt is put together, you're gonna see this turquoise through the white. So that is why I pressed it to this side. Now to make it really easy to do that, whoops, just kicking my tripod here. If you flip the white side down and put the turquoise side on top, just flip it over and it will automatically be on the dark side like that. Super easy, flip it, everything is pressed to the dark side so that it won't show on this side right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep pressing my blocks until they're all done. The easiest way to do this is to make a bunch of these. And we'll talk about chain piecing in a future video, or may have already in a previous video. But chain piecing, you make a bunch of blocks at one time without getting it from your sewing machine, which is really awesome. Which is why these are still stuck together right here. There we go. But that way you can just iron a bunch at once, and that is the fastest way to do this instead of making one block, getting it from your machine, going and pressing it, and coming back to another one. So I'm just going to keep doing that, remembering to always press to the dark side because I'm not opening up my seam for these until they're all done.